McGinnis, and this is McGinnis Wood Products here in Cuba, Missouri. I started stave milling in 1955 and didn't know what a white oak tree was.
It's a family business. My best friend's my dad. We do everything together. We travel together, business, play golf together. It's never been a job. It's always been just a fun world.
Don't come too close and don't you be rude.
At the time we started building barrels, everybody told us we was crazy because it was a dying business. And today it's a phenomenal business, but it was a pretty good roller coaster ride getting to this point. This is wood that's just started aging, and so it still has over 2 years before it will be what we consider true air-dried wood. It pulls the acids out of the wood, which changes the flavors in your whiskeys and your wines.
Barrel making it's an art. It is a craft that's passed down from generation to generation, just like it is making beer or making whiskey. You just don't learn that by reading a book.
The wood has to be cut proper, the right thickness, the right grain, and it's a step that has to be done to be able to make barrel. The steam softens the wood enough that we can bend it.
There's no nails, no screws, no grooves. Those staves are all different sizes. And the last piece of the puzzle is the most important piece, because that's the size of the stave that's going to complete that puzzle, and all that has to be done in a decision of a couple minutes. So you just don't teach that overnight. And once that barrel is made, just like a fingerprint or a snowflake, no two barrels are the same. But the challenge to the cooper is that barrel's got to be the same as that barrel.
And after we steam the wood, we put it over heating pots to dry it back out to take the stress out of the wood. If you don't take the stress out of the wood, and a week later it'll straighten back up if you take the hoops off of it. After we truss it, we shoot propane in on it, set it on fire, and then we let it naturally burn there 30 seconds. It takes about a minute to 1 minute and 5 seconds for number 3 char. That's pulling the vanillins and stuff out of the wood, give the flavors, leave the flavors in for the whiskey. When we put the second head in, we put a little water in the barrel to get the heated barrel to turn to steam so it starts swelling the wood to make sure everything's tight at the final assembly. Well, I was one of the only kids in school that couldn't wait for school to start because we had to work all summer. So when school started, we got out of work. We didn't have to work. I had no intentions of being here. I was the youngest of 3 sons, and I always tell everybody I just wasn't smart enough to leave. 40 years later, I'm still here.
It's been a nice setup. We have the 6 kids that have good stock in the company. And we've never had a contract, nothing on paper, just word of agreement.
And it's always been, we agree to do something and we do what we tell people we'll do. And that's what I noticed in that beer, was it gave me a lot of different flavors, a lot of different taste profiles that you don't see in most beers. I really enjoyed it. Very smooth, very good, lots of different flavors. We've seen so many changes. We see Scotland using a lot of wine barrels now and stuff, which used to they didn't, so it was just a matter of time before people come with these ideas and started making them work. The money starts off going to the landowners first, which are local, to the loggers, to our employees, and to us, and all the money basically is made here, generated here, and spent here. I guess you could call us old school, because that's just part of making bourbon.